And welcome to another exciting rendition, exposition,
Super
of
patriotic.
super patriotic, tried and true,
Yeah.
Global Hoax Summer 2015 edition.
Red-blooded American.
We're drinking root beer. I won't obscure the brand because frequently I don't want people buying it out and make me have to hunt for it.
Yeah.
But it's a really awesome root beer that I discovered recently. And so that's what we're enjoying tonight. And causing burps that make us have to start a broadcast over that. Not that happened just now, but anyway. I'm Chris.
I'm Mark.
And we have a topic he has put some thought into. He makes a whole list of topics, by the way. Let me see. There's like, these lists.
Yeah.
There's like these lists. And so just a round of applause for Mark for making the list. Because I always just make this stuff up as I go. So, what is your topic today?
All right, today, how about this? What film director, past their prime, would you most like to see have a comeback?
Okay.
Somebody that was big at once, not big right now, but you'd love to see have a comeback.
The number one, because I think deep down he's got one in him, and I don't know why that hasn't ever really happened, and I don't know why, but it's Francis Coppola. Something tells me that guy has got this something amazing in him still.
Yeah.
I know he didn't just blow his wad in the 70s. There's something there. You can't make movies as good as he made in the 70s and then just forget how to make movies. So, I don't know what it would take. I don't know what inspiration he needs. I know he's made a lot of money off of other avenues besides filmmaking. I know the studio process he finds very frustrating. I
That's
know
true.
he did
That's
bare
true.
his soul in the 70s to a great degree. I know he made some movies for money. Like Jack and
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
some movies he made for money. I've seen him in interviews talk about it. I made that for money. I made it as a studio picture.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he's done that. So I don't know if it's a money issue. I don't know if it's a lack of. I don't know if he's tired. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I wish I knew and had the power to sort of remove those negative things and put some inspiration to him and get that film out of him.
Yeah.
I think he's got one more in him, and I just hate for him to leave this earth without getting a chance to do it.
Yeah.
Because I think he's just a good dude. Everything I've seen about him, and he's the Godfather of cinema in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Excuse the pun.
Yeah. I mean, you make Apocalypse Now, you know how to make a movie. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, he certainly not just once but several times put together greatness on screen.
Yeah.
And I think it's there. Let me just say this: I would love to see it.
Yeah.
He is kind of he's somewhat unusual because he does come from more of he really wants to be avant-garde, that kind of cinema. And so he's kind of used the studio just as a means to an end.
Uh-huh.
And that goes back to his early career making movies like Finian's Rainbow. I mean, Coppola ever talks about that movie in such a way that oh yeah, I always wanted to do a movie with Fred Astaire. He was wanting to make counterculture product, but he also knew to keep his little studio open, he needed to make money, so he went off, doing some Hollywood pictures to have some money in the bank account to do the smaller stuff.
Yeah.
And they went out and they bankrolled THX 1138 and put they kind of put a lot of money behind that.
Yeah.
And when it bombed, it really set them back financially.
Yeah.
This, unfortunately, would follow his career really over the next 20 years. He'd have success, and then he'd lose it all. He'd have success, he'd have to file bankruptcy again. And that went on, I don't know how many times he's had to do that.
He had a brief resurgence when he made Dracula in Godfather 3, And I know people make fun of Godfather 3, but it was nominated for Best Picture. People don't tell you that.
And it was profitable, folks.
And it was profitable, made
Yeah.
money, and it was a good movie. I mean, you
it
take
is a good
Sofia Coppola's acting out of it, and she was bad. I mean, she was
Right.
bad.
Right.
You remove her from the equation, it's a good movie. And she wasn't in the movie enough to ruin it. I mean, come on, man.
No. No.
It was a good movie. He had a resurgence there, but I don't know. I think there's something still. There's still. I don't know. He's one of those directors I kind of worry about. Well, like, don't die and not have made another great movie. You know, that's kind of silly. Maybe
I hear you.
I feel that way about George Lucas too. It's like, God, those prequels were so bad. Those prequels were so bad. There's got to be a better movie in you somewhere, and he keeps making this crap. And I don't know, man. You'd like to think that the guy that made Star Wars could come up with something better.
I don't know. I think when you, like in the case of George Lucas, I mean, he's a billionaire. So once you get that
Just
kind of
comfortable.
money,
Yeah.
when you get that kind of money, I mean, your priorities shift, and the reality is, like, am I ever going to really top? It's just going to be more of the same. Can I really ever top
Well,
Star
I would
Wars?
hate to think you'd worry about topping something. I mean, you just make the next movie. You know, as a
Well,
musician, you're a musician. I'm a screenwriter. I just
Right.
write the next script that I'm feeling. I don't worry about topping the next thing. That's where I'm at. So I
Yeah.
wrote this one.
Well, then now you're talking about personalities. If I was a millionaire, I'd still make an album because
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, that's just what I do.
I
If you were a millionaire, you'd still find a way to take time and go make a movie.
Yeah,
You'd still do it.
yeah.
I don't know what his. You're talking about people who have
I don't know.
now. You're engaging in what's their personality like and what makes them tick. But I think for Lucas, he was, and Coppola both. When they were young, they were very driven.
Mhm. Must have got satisfied.
But I think to Coppola, I think the constant, having to deal with studios and then having
wore him down.
I think it wore it down. And I think he's just at the point now. He just he does low budget films that he wants to do, and he's satisfied with that. Plus, he makes a lot of money off his wine. He
That's what I was
has a
saying.
wine collection.
That's what I was saying. I think he's just sort of makes plenty of money and is satisfied.
And Lucas, I mean, he's like I said, he's a billionaire. I mean, the money he made off of ILM alone. I mean, they're like the top. Them and Weta Digital are like the top.
Well, here's the thing
Special
about
effects
Lucas.
place.
Lucas, I remember after the prequels were over, he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go out and make all these little art films. I'm gonna make all these experimental documentaries." Like, where are they, George? Where are they? You said you're gonna make them, so I think we would have heard about it. Where is it? Because I ain't seen it get made. You got tons of money. You pay for it yourself. Where is it? I think you're full of crap. Is what I think.
Well, I think he got married, and I think that changed his priority again. Plus, I think he said that after Red Tails, wasn't not long after he produced Red Tails. He's like, I'm done making films. So I take him at his word. So, but Coppola, I would love to see it.
Who's your guy?
My guy, very kind of similar, because he's had trouble with studios. John Carpenter.
Oh, good one.
Anyone that knows me knows I really. There's probably about 4 or 5 films of John Carpenter's that I really, as a film aficionado, I just really love his work. I love that he's also a music composer. So my music side I'm really influenced a lot by what he did for his films. I will say that too. I would love to see John Carpenter come back and do a Western. I mean, because he's always made modern Westerns. I would love to see him do an actual Western, and with whatever star of the day you want to pick, and give him a decent budget, and have it just kind of rock and show kind of what I think has always been there with him. And he's very, in a way, kind of old school. And he was inspired a lot by Howard Hawks.
Yeah, huge Howard Hawks fan.
And directors like that. So he has that in him. He has a kind of a traditional filmmaking in him with that John Ford and Raoul Walsh kind of ties. And but he always had his own unique flavor and edginess. And he kept butting heads with studios.
Yeah.
That Big Trouble in Little China failure really just kind of got him so ticked off with studios.
Yeah.
He's rarely done much with studios since then. And if you saw his interview he did with Robert Rodriguez, the Director's Chair show, it's worth checking out because you kind of see his personality. He doesn't like people telling him what to do. Hates it. So I don't know that he'll ever, unless he just raises the money on his own.
Yeah.
I would love to see it, but I'm doubtful on it. I'm that way with Coppola as well. I think they both have the talent, but they both hate this. They both are men of their
system.
They want to walk up to their own drum, and God bless them for that because I think most artists work better that way. So,
well, not everybody can be Spielberg type or even Scorsese that matter.
Working within the
system. I
system.
can work with the system, make you money, and still make the movie that is close to what I want to get.
Right.
With few concessions. There's a special talent.
Yeah.
To do that, and that's the reason those guys are special.
Yeah, Spielberg's like, hey, let me do Jurassic Park, I'll do that for you, but let me do Schindler's List.
Right.
And they're like, okay, we'll give you the arty film, but give us the.
And then Scorsese, hey, I'm going to make a really interesting movie. It's going to be very well done, well made, but it's going to have Jonah Hill, Leonardo DiCaprio, the hottest blonde chick in the world, and it's going to be completely marketable and you'll make a ton of money.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You're like, well, he Gangs of New York, he put a bunch of stars in it, he loaded it so it makes some money, and he puts that production value into him to the studio. It's going to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Gangs of New York, I know, was a disappointment box office, but my point is still the same, where he loads them up to set them up to make money.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, I'm going to make a movie and I'm going to hire this obscure actor nobody's ever seen
The
before.
Departed was an all-star cast.
Yeah, so he puts himself in a position for the studio to make money and still make a movie like what he wants to make.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that are not compromising like that, it just doesn't happen. So, but back to Carpenter. Always love the guy. He's unique. When you're watching a John Carpenter movie. Like when it starts, like that's a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah.
That shot, I can tell that's John Carpenter. The camera moves. That's really like this Big Trouble in Little China remake. I have no interest in. It's not. It has to be shot that way. I know his shots. If it's not shot that way, I don't want to watch it. And you won't shoot it that way because only he shoots that way. It's got to have that John Carpenter look.
And before it even comes out, they're going to make it where Jack Burton is like, well, we'll make it where he's like more of a serious action star. And like, well, then you've missed the point. Don't bother doing this.
Yeah.
Then you missed the gag of the original.
Yeah,
and
where he's really the sidekick.
I was like, well, I'll do it where it's more of a straightforward action movie. It's like, well, good luck
and
with
you
that.
missed it.
You missed the whole point. If that's what you're going to make, well, then you might as well just go rent Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon or something like that and watch your wushu.
I would rather
woo-foo movie, feng shui.
I would rather us go back and appreciate Carpenter than remake this shit.
Yeah, 1,000 times yes.
So anyway, but yeah, John Carpenter would be high on my list of a comeback. My honorable mention, I don't know if it's a comeback because he's never been not active, but he sort of fell out of making money favor, would be Oliver Stone. Because I do think I love his filmmaking style.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely love. And then there's some smaller directors that sort of just went to TV, and I wish they should have got bigger. John Dahl, who made The Last Seduction, and Kill Me Again, and what was it? The one with Nicolas Cage. It was a femme fatale type movie. Red Rock West.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? He made all these film noir type movies in the 90s. And I looked him up not long ago, and he's now doing television and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's kind of relegated to TV.
And I was like, that guy was great. I wish he got a vehicle that he could have made. Really blossomed and worked with. But, but I'm probably the only guy that even knows who the hell I'm talking about. But anyway, guys like that, I wish would have got.
I remember him.
Yeah, Werner Herzog and stuff like that, and other ones. I wish they'd make this one great big wham.
Yeah. His success. He did Rescue Dawn, which had some success.
He's content making documentaries and
but-
just doing what the hell he wants.
Yeah, and he's always kind of did whatever he wants, and he doesn't usually do a lot of expensive movies anyway, except for the ones of course he's most known for. But I mean, it's like, well, that's kind of the exception, not the rule, with his entire filmography. You know, he didn't do Fitzcarraldo, you know, 1,000 times. He just did that once.
Right. Your honorable mentions for me out here.
My honorable mention, I'm going to go with. I would have said Oliver Stone, but you said that. You know, I would say probably Terry Gilliam, because I really he was a visionary director. He always had some issues as far as like the dramatization. It was more like, you know, the acting kind of took a back seat more over the visuals, you know, kind of thing. But it was just, he was such an interesting. When he was on, he made interesting movies.
Sure.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, interesting. Brazil, interesting. Time Bandits, so much fun. And then The Fisher King is just kind of this, you know, unforgettable piece of odd drama and tragedy. And then, of course, 12 Monkeys.
Sure.
And that was a great dystopian movie. So I would like to see him have one more hurrah, and, you know, that could be like a 12 Monkeys.
Another guy, everybody that we've mentioned on this list has kind of been their own worst enemy. Same is true of everybody we've mentioned has been that way, but Terry Gilliam is just another guy who's been his own worst enemy with, you know.
Yeah, once again, another butted head with studios.
And he renounced his American citizenship and stuff like that. And it's just like, he's just, it's like, come on. I mean, really? Really? It's like, I want to like you, and I do like you, but what's all these extreme, weird things? There's no... I don't know. I have, in my age, and maybe I'm getting soft at my age, but I'm starting to get where I have more respect for people who know how to compromise and get things done. Because anybody can be a hard ass and stand on principle and not move. And that's easy.
Right.
It's way harder to compromise and get things done.
Well, it's a shame.
Way harder.
That was the whole point of John Milius, that documentary, was John Milius went around, you know, being hardcore and kind of drew a line on the sand with all these studios, and then it backfired, you know, and you know, now when he does make a movie, it's incredibly low budget and it's probably straight to video, and the guy was better than that, but he kind of was his own worst enemy. So, you know, it's a shame.
And speaking of a shame, that is it for I'm getting distracted because I keep getting messages on my phone, and we're shooting this on my phone. So if I seem distracted, folks, that's why. Yet again, the phone distracted me. Just like my pet peeve in theaters when people use their phone during the theater. So I apologize to you. And I probably should end every episode of Incredible Hulk's an apology.
We're sorry you watched. No, just kidding.
We're glad you watched.
We're glad you watched.
And we appreciate your tolerance of us. Give us something better to end than that. Can you come up with something positive? Because I can't.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, hey, y'all endured, you know, this
journey.
Hey, we love movies, we really do, guys, and we love that y'all watch, and we're two knucklehead, passionate guys, and we get passionate, and we're probably over opinionated, you know, but that's why you watch and why you love us, right? So right back at you.
All right, that's you.